Hey, welcome back. Today I'm in my workshop because I made a simple zero clearance insert for my table saw. I don't know why I didn't do this sooner. It has made even the simplest of operations so much more safe, and you definitely need to make or buy some zero clearance inserts for your table saw when you get a chance. I was able to do a rabbet on this simple picture frame, cutting this thin of a piece using a push stick obviously, but with no chance of it like falling through and getting caught on the blade and throwing back at me. It's just been a huge advantage. So let me show you how I did it. I had some base molding that my brother gave me last year, so I started by planing it down smooth and cutting it to the width I needed. Then I took the insert from my table saw and traced the shape. After that, I cut out the shape on the bandsaw and traced out where all of the screw holes went. Then I just drew in where I needed to route out the material so that it would sit flat. For this particular saw, it's a little difficult because the blade does not go underneath the table very far. I rigged up my belt sander to even out the end. This wasn't the best method, but it worked okay. I used my trim router to get rid of the material so it could sit flat in the slot. I figured out where I could drill out a hole so I could pull up the plate once it was dropped into place, and I drilled that out at the drill press. I cut a little piece that would act as a hold down in the front of the insert plate. You'll see this later, but it didn't end up working. I colored a Sharpie on the magnet and then pressed the insert against it so I could see where to put the washer. This will hold the front of the plate down since the magnet is already integrated into the saw. I'm using Starbond CA glue and activator here, and I really like it because when using the activator, the glue is fully cured in about 20 seconds. They sent some of it to me to try out and I've really been enjoying it. So I've got a link to it in the description if you want to try it out yourself. Then it was time for some fun. I moved my fence over so it could help hold down the insert as I raised the blade. It's fun to see it cut through there the first time. Also, it's kind of terrifying. The riving knife had nowhere to go, so I had to take a different route. I ended up flipping it upside down and ripping the slot the rest of the way from the back of the insert. Then I could glue a little spacer piece back in there. This would allow for the riving knife to be able to raise properly with the blade. Next, I used a flat ruler to check how level the insert was with my table saw surface. I would just check and then adjust a little and check again. And as you can see, it took quite a few times to get it really dialed in. I made some quick cuts for a picture frame that I needed to make, and it worked great. So this zero clearance insert gave me a little trouble only because this saw is kind of finicky with how you can make them. The blade doesn't go down very far, and so you cannot make it very thick. So that was the first challenge, and I wanted to leave as much heft on this as possible because I didn't want it, flimsy and moving around. So as you saw in some of the video, I left it as thick as I could and then just used a router to route out the parts where the adjuster screws are. And then I ended up having to put a washer here to catch the magnet that was already part of the saw, and then 2 other magnets to catch these screws here so that it holds down in place really well. And it's pretty tight. So I'm pretty pleased with it. I don't know why I waited so long. Again, you need to do this. If this is your first time here, welcome. If it's not, thanks so much for being here. Either way, I'm glad you found the video and you watched it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up and click that subscribe button so you don't miss the next time I upload something. Let me know, do you have a saw that's difficult to make an insert plate for? Have you done one already? Leave that in the comments below. Thanks again, I'll see you real soon.